Welcome to the DLP Report podcast, where we discuss everything happening at Disneyland Paris. On this episode, we discuss the parade announcements with the brand new Christmas parade and a 30th anniversary parade, the current season's Frozen Celebration, and Star Wars Legends of the Force, and what's coming up later this year in 2020. Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of the DLP Report podcast. I am here with Jeff from DLP Town Square.
Hello.
And David from David at Disney.
Hello.
And Elliot from Elliot is not with us today because he had to be
somewhere else.
At his grandmother?
It's his grandmother's thing.
Similar to Disneyland Paris, to be honest, but it's like the one weekend.
He's not at Disneyland Paris.
It's the one weekend that he's not there. Exactly. We haven't had a podcast since November, according to my computer.
Wow.
End of November. But we did discuss Christmas and everything. So I think today we're going to be talking about the two new seasons that have launched. There's a lot to say about that. But I think we should start, and we have totally not prepped what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, good point. This is gonna be
we should start. Let's start with yesterday's news. So we're recording this on Sunday, and so this week Disneyland Paris threw a job fair.
They also threw Bruno on stage.
They threw Bruno on stage. We're gonna get to that. They threw a job fair, which and you know I'll just say that it was really well done, and everyone who went really enjoyed it. You could go into different booths. It was by activities, and you can meet actual real life cast members that work in whatever fields you're interested in, and so it was really nice. You could see some models, some costumes, and there was even like a Buzz Lightyear ride vehicle in there, and they had some conferences. So the big news that came out, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to come out, but here it is. It was Bruno. Wait, because I messed up his name in my article.
It was like Charpentier or something?
No, it's not Chamberlain either, because that's what I wrote at first.
I think it's Charpentier, no?
No. Anyways, Bruno, who is our new hero. Bruno, we love you. Thank you for getting on stage. And
Chastain.
Bruno Chastain. Thank you for spilling the tea. Because you made our Saturday super fun. There had been rumors of a new Christmas parade, but
we've even talked about it here.
Oh, we have talked about it here.
So it's not really
this
news comes to no surprise.
Anything we talk on the podcast, I feel like no one really checks, so we're freer here. Cue the the Disney FBI check it out podcast every month now. New Christmas parade for this year. I believe it was kind of a tough. A few months they were trying to figure out if it was going to be this year or the following year, but it already got cancelled last year.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be new for 2019.
Yeah, obviously wasn't, and so now it's going to be new for 2020. Have you guys met the designers, or is that Elliot, who of course is not here?
That was Elliot from Elliot.
Right, he's met the designers.
If you've listened to any of the previous podcasts, he has told you all about it. 6 times now?
That's true. So the new Christmas parade, it's kind of a weird concept, but from what I understand, it could be day and night, meaning like it could be performed, for example, like twice during the day and then twice at night.
So you're saying it's nighttime ready?
Yes, that's why it's night ready.
Catchy,
I was trying to convey, because I didn't want to say a new nighttime Christmas parade, because obviously you know how it is with entertainment. Plans change all the time, and last time I had heard about those plans, it was something to do with maybe running it like a couple times in a day and then having a magical nighttime version. So basically you're seeing the same parade but different, and also to make it work with the tree lighting, so that the first or second or whatever nighttime performance would also tie into lighting up the tree and lighting up Main Street with the floats, sort of stopping, having show stops. I don't know, all sorts of things you could do with that. Yeah. And Bruno, our best friend, said that the costumes were going to be packed with LEDs. Hello, paint the night. So something cool. I I'm interested to see how LED costumes are gonna work with Christmas, because usually it's been sort of associated with like nighttime parades that are kind of like futuristic.
Red and green.
Right. But is it going to be like too much? Because is it going to look like the Main Street Garlands when they go into like YMCA mode?
Rave mode.
Okay. So the Main Street Garlands this year were a bit of a disaster.
But isn't that prep to like work with the parade next year? Because I feel like this is
feels
like
like
the
it could
same.
be.
Plus sync it to something else, because they were synced to the music, weren't they? So
Yeah,
so that might have been. Yeah.
And I think a lot of the Christmas parade anyway, I mean, it's all in the looks, but the music's going to help. So the LED lights, as long as it's set to the right music, it's going to be fine.
Please hire Scott Erickson again. He makes great music.
I like it.
Yeah. But it'd be sad if maybe they'll have like a Christmas is Here techno remix, because that's the thing these days.
Yeah. I'd
Or
be up for that.
or an entire new song. How long? I feel like Christmas is Here hasn't been around for that long. It's been like
3 years.
3, 4.
17, I think.
Yeah, I think the first year around for
3.
Christmas in 2016 it was the old song, and then it switched in 2017.
So
for
17,
3 years,
18, 19, 3 years. That's not a lot for a parade song.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
But maybe we could also get a I don't want to say a proper soundtrack, but like a zoned.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That'd be nice, because I don't mind that the Christmas music repeats, because I love it, but it does repeat, and it's kind of like 2020 now, and technology and expectations for shows, like like it's 3 minutes repeating 10 times. Maybe not 10 times, but 5 times.
The weirdest thing when you have a repeating soundtrack is when the song ends and you've got that little gap.
Yeah, and all the performers are kind of like ta-da.
And here we go again.
Yeah. You can tell that they're like, oh man, not again.
Could you like have 2 different songs, one for the day and one for the night?
Oh, that'd be fun.
So you just have to, because I don't know if if they do go kind of techno Christmas or whatever for the night, and that's not going to work at midday.
No.
So they need to think really carefully if they had one song to work, whether it's light or dark.
Yeah.
Plus, you need something though that sort of gives you that Christmas feeling.
Yeah.
You can't go full on techno, because else you'll kind of have this moment where everyone's going, yeah, but it's not really festive.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
A nighttime one.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the designers of Dream Me Up, which obviously...
That's good hands. It's in good hands.
And it's good
Stars
for
on
them,
Parade
because,
as well.
that way they get to create a parade with a tenth of the budget.
Yeah. They did Stars on Parade as well.
Yeah. Did they?
Yeah.
Ah. Well, the new floats.
The new floats of Stars on Parade,
Yeah.
And they also did... But it's Kevin and Jody, so they also do a lot of the artwork that is on sale in the resort.
Yeah, it's them?
Yeah.
Oh. I had not connected the dots at all.
Yeah, so like all these kind of Mary Poppins statues, the Up stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's also them.
Oh, wow. Good job. They're very prolific for Disney parks.
Yeah.
No.
They should get a raise.
They do a lot of stuff in Tokyo, and increasingly a lot of stuff in Paris. I think Paris has sort of realized that the best way for them to do entertainment is to kind of take the Tokyo model of entertainment. I think that's where they're heading.
Right.
A lot of the stuff they're introducing, like the Sunny Bunny Land.
Yeah.
What else?
I mean, even like Christmas is Here and all that, like the things that Paris wants to do, I feel these days is less, and it's good, because Paris entertainment used to be so too classy, I want to say. I know is there such a thing as too classy, but you know what I mean? Like when it did like Swing into Spring, it was amazing, great season, great costume, and everything. But the music was just kind of like classical and very they
had for so long this sort of stigma of, well, European guests won't like this.
Yeah.
Whereas they never really tried, and then, well, can European guests have fun?
Yeah,
well, they can.
Well, European guests wants to go and party at Disney. I mean, it's kind of like you want to escape and have fun and jump around and be happy. So that's all that matters.
I think they've got that now.
Yeah. I mean, Halloween is a good example. Like they've
Pirates and Princesses. It was the first time that they had this kind of choreography.
Pirates and Princesses are like next level. Like
but this was Pirates and Princesses. Other than the sort of the flash mob thing at Sunny Bunny Land.
Yeah.
Pirates and Princesses was the first time they kind of went, well, here's a choreographed diet thing that you guys can all do, and just do it while we're on stage. That worked so well for them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that was back in the days when we could get in the center of the hub and have a party.
More on that later.
More on that later. Mad. So that leads us on actually to the other news that Bruno opened a tea house on the stage. I mean, I feel like
It's a other parade.
yeah. I mean, if there was like an hour with Bruno on stage, I would travel for that. I would go.
Well, I think there should be a web series just where Bruno just spills tea.
Bruno Uncensored.
Would joke, but I mean, he's obviously super passionate about his job. He was telling about the costume and everything. Maybe he just got a little bit excited.
I guess if you work on these things, you want to tell people.
I know,
anyway.
and I know how they do it. Like, I could not work in Imagineering. Sorry, I would just be too excited.
Sometimes as well, these executives, they're in their own little bubble. They actually don't know what's announced.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
true.
That's true. Because
Even
sometimes
though he did say, "I've got a scoop for you."
right. So he clearly knew. I don't know. Like somewhere down the chain of reviewing what was said. That didn't get reviewed, but that's fine. That's fine because we were there for the whole time, and I was doing coverage of the event. Friday, it's one of those things that you cover on Twitter, and it does okay, and it's interesting, and people like to see it, but it's not really the buzzworthy content that you enjoy, like a giant blow up from it. And all of a sudden, it delivered. I was like, oh, I'm glad. Because like our concept is kind of to cover everything, so even those events we'll cover, and because I don't tweet things just to be buzzy, so tweet anything that could be interesting for anyone to learn, and here we are. We got a little present, and so the second thing that he said it was that we're getting a new day parade for the 30th, which is news without being it, because we've always gotten a new parade, but now the big question is it going to be like a Magicon parade? It's new. Here's like 2 new floats, a new name, and a new music, or is it going to be more like a Stars on Parade, which was really an entire renewal? Even though we got some recycles from Tokyo, but
I think it's going to be a retheme.
It's going to be a retheme, yeah, because those floats are brand new.
Yeah,
I mean 3 of them, 3, 4, 3.
Most of them they're all new from Paris.
Right, but I feel like that could be a good occasion to dump the Tokyo ones.
Sure. Because
the Lion King float, literally, I feel like it is on its last leg.
Can we dump the Crush float?
Yeah, can we dump?
That is going to be harder because that's a new one from Stars.
Yeah, but it's really bad.
It's like a really lifeless bit of the parade.
Yeah, it's a showpiece. Yeah. It's a show set.
And it didn't work for 6 months either.
So. It's like the bit of the parade where it's like, okay, well, it's time for a break. I'll just catch up with what's going on
exactly. That's when you send your photo and tweet and stuff. Yeah. But I mean, it just because how are you going to do a float about a movie about fish? There's no characters really to put on there. They have the puppets, but the rest is kind of like how you there's no human or animal really apart from.
It doesn't really do anything because the dragon isn't nothing to wave at, but it's such a spectacle when it goes past.
Right, but in the dragon, it's next level.
The Crush, it's just like.
I think they tried. I think they were sort of hoping that Crush would be that as well, but it's not.
No, just kind of,
no. It's pretty. It's ambitious because the animatronic is actually quite big when it works.
Yeah, it's nice to look at, but it doesn't really fit the parade. The energy just sort of gets a bit sapped out, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the dancers in front are trying their best with their shells and stuff, but it's not really. Anyways, So we'll see. I mean, we actually don't have a lot. We have only 2 years until the anniversary.
That's scary.
It's about halfway.
Yeah.
Halfway
it's more than
between
halfway.
the two.
Yeah, it's more than halfway between two.
25 feels like yesterday. That's so scary.
Yeah, so we're gonna go and talking about. It seems that red and gold. Should we just drop that one as well?
Yeah.
Seems like red and gold is going to be the color for the anniversary for the 30th, and that we would either get actual or inspired costumes by Tokyo's
35th, I think.
No, 30th.
Oh, I don't remember.
One of the two.
30th.
One of the Tokyo celebrations of recent years.
30, I think. Tokyo 30, because they're
yeah,
studying those costumes. So, yeah, it'd be nice. And honestly, like, anything but blue. Thanks.
Yeah, a lot of that around.
20th was kind of like purple with a bit of rainbow.
I liked the 20th.
I did too. Yeah.
They were kind of fun.
And I found some like old photo of the character train that was like super rainbow.
Yep.
And they had like the little steps and characters would come out and meet.
I know, I remember meeting them.
That was so great.
It was a scrum though.
Right.
So you had to sort of, when the train was coming down, everyone sort of went, well, I know where Chip and Dale are meeting, so I'm going to stand here. and then Chip and Dale would have to fight their way through the crowds to
jeez.
get to the spot.
Welcome to Paris.
Yeah. My favorite one was I went in the snow and they couldn't run the train, so they just opened the doors on Main Street and all the characters just walked out.
Oh boy.
That's quite cool.
It was the
And
park was
mad.
dead.
Yeah.
It was snowy. The park had nobody in it.
Yeah.
So I've got this amazing picture of just an empty Main Street with Mickey and Minnie. There's
That's
just
cool.
snow everywhere. It's so good.
We haven't got a big snowstorm yet this year.
February. It's gonna happen.
February.
Usually
Yeah.
does. It's
Wow.
warmer this year. Though.
It's quite warm this year. Like,
It's quite a warm winter.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 30th is only 2.5 years ago, and
Yeah.
so a new parade. I mean, newish parade. What else are we gonna get? A new nighttime spectacular?
Please.
I hope so. I've only watched Illuminations like twice, and I've been to Disneyland Paris. Like,
In your whole life?
Yeah.
Gee.
It's not that good.
Yeah.
I've seen the fireworks more from the top of the hill in Big Thunder Mountain
Yeah.
at Park Close
Oh, yeah,
than I
yeah.
have
That's fun
actually
too.
watching it on Main Street.
Yeah.
And I've heard it as I've walked out the park.
But the thing
That's
also,
quite
do you have an Infinity Pass?
Yeah.
If you've tried the Infinity Zone, it's actually really nice because you can show up like 15 minutes before, and you're actually right in the front of the castle.
Yeah, it's a good place to watch it.
But yeah, if you have to scramble in the back with all the kids and all, and sit there for an hour before it's not worth it.
No.
They need to like change bits of it. They need to dump that Beauty and the Beast bit.
Yeah,
That's the most boring thing I've ever watched in my life.
we need an
yeah.
entirely new nighttime show. I would love to have something inspired by Tokyo's the latest one. What is it called? I will find it. That one.
Whatever it is, it just needs to have a story again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Dreams worked because, okay, they picked the great songs, sure, but it also works because, here we are, there's Shadow, and we're going to follow Shadow through all the magic scenes.
Celebrate Tokyo Disneyland, and it's basically a show that takes you through all the lands and has characters. But actually, I haven't really spoiled myself because I might go and see it in person. And but I have the soundtrack, and it goes through like Haunted Mansion and Big Thunder Mountain with like the goat and like all those iconic things. And so you watch that at the end of the day, and it's kind of like a big recap, but like in a fantasy world, obviously, of everything you've experienced in the day. And it's really nice.
Yeah,
That
I
would be
think that
cool.
kind of idea would be...
A lot better.
And it would work for like an anniversary premiere because you kind of like 30 years of Disneyland Paris. Let's look back, let's open the show with like the 92 opening video and then just have everything sort of like the box open of like all those memories from 30 years.
I mean, I'd also take like a mixed magic idea with just this whole thing, like, let's just stand on Central Plaza and have a bit of a party. That might be kind of fun too.
Yeah.
Like that sort of idea. Not taking the exact show, but
Yeah.
sort of,
Just something original. Don't port.
yeah.
Because Illumination is a port and it doesn't work for us.
It doesn't even fit on the castle.
Does it work in Shanghai? Does it still run in Shanghai?
Yeah, Ignite the Magic. It's called.
Ignite the Magic,
It's slightly
yeah.
different though. It's got like
Ignite the
Milan
Dream?
and stuff like that. It's some
Yeah,
different
So,
scenes.
so they don't have the Beauty and the Beast scene, I don't think, or do they?
No,
No.
they've got Milan and have we got Aladdin in our one?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, some differences, but I think it's pretty much the same show.
But, I mean, you can tell that it's a straight port because even one of the lyrics in the song is something like "Ignite your magic dream."
Yeah,
or
at the
something
end.
like that.
And you're like, oh, did I just switch the words?
It's like a Mickey's Christmas Big Band where they say "Here at Big Band Beat," and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So while we're on the news from the job fair, we also learned that they're making a merchandise collection for Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel.
Shocker.
No, yeah, but that's
It's
cool.
nice to have it confirmed.
That's cool, and I hope that they're doing something fun, not just like here's a T-shirt. Although I would like a T-shirt with just the logo.
That's probably going to happen, I think.
Yeah.
But there'll be some nice stuff as well.
Is there going to be a Broadway style T-shirt?
I think you'll be able to. Didn't they once say that you'll be able to buy some of the Marvel art in the rooms?
I mean, it makes sense, right?
Really?
I mean, people love it so much they're stealing it off the walls outside it. So
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work out. Are people going to just
It'd
like?
be really cool if in just the Marvel Hotel shop they had like an art-on-demand kiosk that just had the Marvel stuff, and you
Yeah.
could go, okay, I want that in my room. I've got this great Thor poster. I really want that one.
Yeah.
That might be quite fun. I like that idea.
it would be it'd be easy to do, right? As well.
And you can also meet Thor and get your poster and everything. It's like a complete experience.
That would be pretty good.
And they're going to have 5 meet and greets. Did we talk about that? 5 meet and
I think
greets?
Bye.
I don't think we discussed it.
Just
but
like in the hotel,
Yeah.
so anyone can go and do. That sounds like it's going to be fun.
I
No.
think they will make a way to.
It will be behind some kind of paywall or some kind of
I think it
wall.
has to be.
Yeah.
I think initially it should be like if you're staying at the hotel.
Yeah. Or if you get like a
if it's the
meal.
free ones, like every hotel's got a meet and greet.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it's
don't
gonna be
know
like
how
that.
they-
No.
yeah.
I think it's gonna be more like some sort of like Avengers station or something
Okay.
where you go and meet them. Maybe some of them out of the 5, maybe like 2 will be for the restaurants.
Yeah.
And maybe 3 will be like the Avengers like experience for hotel guests. Yeah, because otherwise, literally everyone is going to be driving in from Paris on the RER and come and meet Thor, and this whole thing is going to become.
It's not like the other hotels where you can meet Mickey at the hotel or in the park. It's like the only place you can meet the Marvel characters until the land opens is going to be in the hotel.
Yeah.
Or during the season.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's like-
I don't think people would come from Paris just to like meet Pluto and leave.
They will come if it's like Spider-Man or
Yeah,
Thor
probably.
or
Yeah.
something,
So it's kind of exciting, but I mean, I feel
I'm
like
excited for the
2020.
hotel.
I feel like 2020 got a little bit more exciting now because we have this crazy new nighttime Christmas parade. So
Yeah.
things are going to get really good in November.
Before that, we have Cars.
Right.
Moving on.
Yeah. We don't know. We were talking about that before and wondering what they're going to do with those cars. Like, what do you call them? Figures? Figurines?
like-
No, not figurines. The,
Statue
the
things,
statues,
yeah.
the cars. Are they just going to like stick them as is along the route, or are they going to like
So sad if that's all they do.
bring them to life with some kind of projection of eyes and stuff? Because that would be so easy to do, no?
Yeah.
Is it just me? I feel like you're the only one to think that. We should try to find out. If you know, send us a message.
What's that, like June?
Bruno, if you know.
Yeah, call Bruno. Would Bruno know? No, because it's more
No,
traction. He wouldn't know. No.
But if the Imagineering Bruno could...
Imagine, yeah.
He just changed his hat. He's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm no longer Entertainment Bruno. I'm Imagineering Bruno.
So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Christmas now. Definitely going for opening day.
Yeah, it's got a long way away, though.
Even though it's going to be kind of a bad deal if you want to be there on the first day of the parade, because usually what they do is they start the parade one weekend and then the rest of the entertainment a week later.
I hate this about
So
Christmas.
if you want the premiere of the parade,
you're
probably not going to get
else.
anything else. So it's kind of something to consider.
Can we just stop this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
can we stop doing this?
But the problem is like the Halloween to Christmas switchover is really tight, and
Yeah.
so they need an extra week to rehearse the shows.
Yeah. But still, can we just stop this?
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Because they advertise Christmas as a start date, and here's all the things. I know they put it in the small print, but you're going to get families going to Disneyland Paris, and they show up, and okay, so where's the princess show?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's next week. That's not a good enough excuse for a family. So,
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
I agree.
Yeah, and if there was like a random day at the end as well,
yeah, that was
and
weird.
I think
That's
that
the
was
first time
because
they've done
of
that. It was contract
because
reasons.
of that was because of Spain, I think, or some country that had a holiday that day,
Yeah.
and so they had a lot of
But
guests.
we always finish Christmas in Paris on the 6th. Every single year, it's the 6th of January. And I think they just wanted to finish performer contracts on the Sunday.
Yeah,
And the 6th was a Monday. I think that's more what the problem was.
but all the other shows stopped. Only the parade stayed.
Yeah. I think they just wanted to... Because the parade's mostly permanent stuff.
Ah, okay, interesting.
Because they're all elsewhere.
All those considerations. I know we're not going to talk about the Marvel season that changed dates and everything, but like, get you dates in order, DLP.
Marvel season's coming.
Ah, yeah,
Moving on.
yeah.
It'll be fun.
But before that, we're going to talk about the current seasons. Frozen Celebration.
Frozen
Like
Celebration.
how many names do we have for this Frozen thing? So we have Frozen Celebration as an umbrella, but then we have Frozen a musical invitation in studios, and then we
Animation Celebration, Frozen, a musical invitation.
have okay, yeah, and
It's
then
got a
we
full
have
name.
okay, and then we have Frozen 2, an Enchanted Journey in the other park, which we're going to talk about.
Yep.
And Star Wars Legends of the Force, also going to talk about that. But first, let's take a musical break. I feel like we should play, just because I looked it up and now I saw I have it, Celebrate Tokyo Disneyland.
Okay.
Just the main song, not the 30 minutes.
The whole thing.
We'll see you in 30 minutes. No, joking. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the DLP Report podcast. I don't know why I'm so excited.
Because we're about to go into the unknown.
Oh, are we? Oh, wow. So, we're going to try to stay objective and go with the good and the bad. So, Frozen Celebration started in January, but I guess a lot of the stuff started in November.
Yeah.
Animation Celebration, Musical Invitation started in November.
Mid-November.
And it's a lovely show. We've talked about it.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah, I still believe that they should have just gutted the whole place and do like some 8-room meet and greet location with the sisters. But decisions are made. But anyways, this month, last weekend.
Well, there's also the Olaf meet and
Was
greet.
it 2
We didn't
weekends
mention
ago? It was last weekend.
Yeah, but there's also the Olaf meet and greet that started in November as well.
Ah, yes.
Let's be fair. We're being objective.
Yeah.
So they're good.
And so Into the Unknown, so my personal take on it, before we discuss the details, is that it's a show that has really good ingredients, but the recipe just doesn't work. It's gone sour.
It's like we were saying last week. It just needs a bit more time in the oven.
So we have a brand new float for no reason. It's cute.
That we stole from Anaheim and debuted first. For reasons.
Well, there you go, suckers.
That's a DLP. You did that in your interview with Mark Hoffman.
Yeah, he was very proud to have stolen it from Anaheim. And why not? Like for once we get something first.
That's because we stole it.
No, it was a collaboration. Like Mark said, they were very much advanced with the design, and we just took it. We asked them, and they shared.
It was a collaboration once we realized they were doing it.
I don't think it was a forced thing. I don't think they were like, we're going to send someone after 10 p.m. when everyone's gone. Take all the drawings and come back to Paris. We'll make it before them.
Once we found out a Frozen 2 float was in the works, we decided to take it.
Right. It's a nice float. I like it. And the back has an amazing Sven.
Yeah, it's a nice float.
Who works in the same type of way as the Animation Celebration one. Meaning it's half animatronic, half puppet. So we can talk about how Break the Magic doesn't care. It's fun. It's fine.
I don't think there's any 4-year-olds.
But most of all, he is so lifelike and handsome.
Yeah. Have you got a crush on Sven?
I have a total crush on Sven. Like a healthy crush. I just want to pet him. I want to be his best friends. Cool. And Anna's on top of the mountain. And there's also
Elsa's on top of the mountain, not Anna.
Elsa, yeah, there's Anna. Sorry. And Anna is in the glass canoe, the ice canoe. What's wrong with me today?
And the water knock.
So I feel like all the ice elements are really well done.
Returning from Magic on Parade is Olaf.
Yeah, not moving. I wonder if it was supposed to move and just didn't work.
He didn't. They don't just rotate on Magic on Parade.
His head moved.
Swung.
His head moved left and right.
It's good for a podcast when
but
my head
it doesn't. There, yeah.
It went like this.
It went like this, as you can see. And I feel like all the ice elements are really well done. There's some LEDs inside.
It looks nice.
Something fun that you may not know is that the float stretches open, so the water knock sort of like pushes forward, and it like stretches open in the middle, and that's how you get the driver in. It doesn't lift up or whatever. It just slides open like I don't know.
Like a thing that slides open.
The thing that slides open. Like
I was trying to think of an example of something that slid open, and then I got nothing.
Like a selfie stick. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man.
Banned in the parks.
And so the float's great. The music is okay. I think
it's fun, other than the when I'm older.
Yeah, the Olaf song as a
work.
sort of like elevator music style, it just doesn't work. It has to be a bit more punchy. The music is not really punchy. It's more of a chorus. The idea I've learned later is this show is one of those things you have to learn things later to understand what's going on, which is not really good sign.
When I got home and read about it, it all made sense.
Exactly. That's kind of what happened to me. When people explained to me, I was like, so when you see the show, the performers don't lip sync the songs, and that is because if you pay attention, the dancers are sort of like the chorus, and they're the ones who sing the songs. So the dancers are lip syncing the songs, but it's kind of weird because when you have like the big, Christoph song, you can tell that Christoph really wants to sing it, but he doesn't. So he does all the movements as if he was singing it, but his mouth doesn't move. He's just kind of like. you can tell that he really wants to do it, but he doesn't. But the dancers are singing the song. Does that make sense? Yes.
It does, yeah.
But you can't really see the dancers because
Right.
they are on the floor in
Right.
Central Plaza,
Right.
where you're not,
Right.
because you're not allowed in Central Plaza.
Right. So that is the biggest mistake. That is really, and honestly, like I think the show's not a bad job, but that is bad. That is really the decision that I feel, because if they had put the dancers have flags, if you put all the dancers with flags on the 4 stages, and the characters go from one stage to another, and you have guests in the middle partying, dancing, and you can look around and you have 4 stages with the big flags going around. And they're higher than you, so they probably look even more dramatic when you're in there. It would be a good experience. And those hub shows, there's always guests who are going to stand on the outside of the hub. Maybe it's not the best experience, but it's happened to all the shows. And the second time you see it, then you go in the middle, and then you'll be fine. But no, the whole center is completely closed, and the problem is like you kind of just watching them behind a giant wall, because unless you really in between the planters in the front, and even that, it's a slope, so you probably have people in front of you and you even can't see inside it either. So I'm not particularly tall. I'm not tall at all. And all I could see was like the top of some of the heads going around in the middle.
Yeah.
And so honestly, I was, after like a minute of that, I stopped trying to be on my tippy toes to see, and I start checking my phone.
For me, the biggest problem is more that there's no reason for this to be happening. It all just kind of happens.
It's like, kind of being different just for the sake of being different.
Right, but I mean more, so why is Anna and Elsa here? There's no reason for it.
Oh, you mean there's no storyline?
There's no storyline. There's no reason for any of this to happen. Anna's on the stage just waving for a bit, and then she leaves the stage. I feel like even a basic story would be better than no story. Like, you could say, well, this is a Frozen celebration. Anna and Elsa are here to celebrate something. And they're going to come out and see all their guests in Arendelle and all that sort of thing. Even that kind of story would be better than just, ladies and gentlemen, here's Frozen Celebration, Frozen 2, an Enchanted Journey.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it celebrates the movie, really. It's a
Sure.
celebration of the film,
But you
not
can-
really of the story.
But you
It's
can sort of
like
you can write something clever around that to make it like the whole procession has a reason to
But
exist.
then how do you explain like the ice canoe and the water knock, which are not really in the same scenes at all, and then Elsa in the back? Like, the float doesn't really make sense.
But it could literally be
How
they're
can you-
coming to
It's not a
visit.
movie. This stuff all actually happens.
They're coming
We're
to
at Disney.
visit another kingdom. Do you know what I mean? It could be like really. Like, it doesn't have to be anything.
Yeah,
I
we
have to
could
think
be
about
we
it
could
too
be
much.
celebrating Anna and Elsa's enchanted voyage or something. I don't know. We could be celebrating something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels like the movie came out, so here they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
We wanted something that
what could have been really fun if in the second movie when Olaf recaps the story of the first movie.
Ooh, that would have been fun.
If they got Josh Gad to have Olaf recap the story of the second movie,
Yeah.
and just like have that on the speakers.
For 15 just
That would be
on repeat.
hilarious, yeah. Well, like, little segments from time to time, and then you play the song that goes with it. They're like Olaf being like, and then Kristoff was in the wood and had this crazy flashback from the 80s, and then you can have the song. It would be really funny.
That would be really
That
fun.
sounds a lot better than what they've done.
It would be really funny. Hey,
But
maybe
Yeah.
one day.
I don't know. And then
But I feel like beyond storyline and everything, like I kind of like even gave up on that. Just like the show is, you can't see it, so how can you enjoy it?
But even when you can see it, it's not engaging. I stood at most of the 4 stages, and when I stood at one stage, I had Anna waving at me for about 2 minutes, and then she left.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
you kind of like,
I can see something, but
Why?
I can just see her waving.
Yeah, it's just not very fun, right?
Whereas when we stood and we just watched Sven, we had a great time.
that was fun. Yeah, if you really want to have fun, stand where the float stops, which is sort of like by the Discoveryland entrance.
Yeah, there's like like
Popcorn
you've got
stand there.
No, it's a little bit before that. There's like the little merchandise stand.
Oh yeah.
It's like there.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can just look at Sven basically bopping along to the music, and he's just like, and obviously
He
you can't see
mimes
this.
along to Into the Unknown.
And
which
his tongue sticks out from time to time, and when Elsa goes into the float, he looks at her and like kind of like when he opens his mouth, I kind of feel like he's smiling because he's like, it's really cool. It's really well done. Like
and there's that kind of really cool bit where we had the rope carriers interacting with Sven whilst the show was happening. It was really, really fun, actually.
Yeah.
So that's where you can enjoy the show.
From behind the float.
From behind the float.
And also the two rope girls.
That's fun.
The rope, the show rope
Rope carriers.
rope carriers.
Yeah.
They have cute little outfits, which I think might be coming from the sing-along.
I think so. But the rope is amazing.
And so, and something that apparently, without breaking the magic, they're very friendly with Anna and Elsa. And so, when they're Anna and Elsa are performing, they're just wait for them. And then, anyways, you know what I mean. And so they're great, and they're having a great time. And the rope is beautiful. It looks like a giant green snake with some leaves on it.
It's like two of the elements, right? It's kind of like the forest and the ice.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the idea.
Ah, okay. Well, it's really pretty. I kind of want it.
Yeah.
I want to hold it.
Please sell me a souvenir rope.
I would buy that. I don't know what to do with it. Put it around my neck or something.
I got dark really quick. So like, what
he died as he lived.
Oh shit! Fan. Yeah, I didn't realize what I just said. I watched the Frozen show and I wanted to put the rope around my neck. Review by JLP Report. I'm joking.
It's a good headline.
Let's stay objective, yeah?
So good I wanted to die.
Not what I meant. And to be honest, I've watched the show like 6 times over the weekend, and after a while, you kind of just let go of what's wrong and just start enjoying because the music is kind of fun, and you know what to look for. Like you wave at Anna, who's super excited. The performers are amazing. The dancers are really good, and they all have like Paris dancers are always really fun in the sense that they always they'll wink at you or stick their tongue out or just be like, you feel like you have an interaction with them. So that's really good. And
yeah, I think there are things to enjoy, but there are also fixes to be made.
Yeah, I feel like the entrance and the exit of the float is fun.
Yeah.
It's just the middle bit that's just kind of like...
Just let people into Central Plaza, tweak a little bit of the choreography, and I think you've got something that... Yeah. It's not going to be amazing. We're not going to come away going, that was the highlight of 2020. But... yeah, it'll be fun. I
feel like the Central Plaza decision was made by someone, show director or someone who must not have attended a hub show before, like Halloween or Pirates or Princesses or Jungle Book Jive, obviously, because it is the heart of why these shows work. The only reason why those shows are so popular is because of people in the middle. That is literally...
There is nothing quite like standing in the middle of the hub and just everything happening all around you.
Having
you have no
stages.
idea where to look.
And why would you take the heart, the key element of why this setup works and just take it away? But do everything else, but just take away the key element that works. I was just really surprised at this. And I hope they fix it. There's still time because the show runs until May 3rd. And so there's plenty of time to tweak it. Maybe one day we'll show up in the hub and guest flow will let people in and we'll be like, oh my gosh, they've done it. So yeah. So the other season that is running at the same time. So let me preface by saying that I have always hated Season of the Force. And I was ready. Last year, I basically ignored the coverage of it. I think I tweeted 4 photos in the entire season because I was just not interested.
Because it's the same stuff.
But last year was a really big regression as well because you didn't have the vehicles, you didn't have that really cool light tunnel.
Yeah.
You didn't have the massive TIE fighter and X-wing in Studio One, and you still don't.
You still don't. But I feel like show directors this year have done really well. I was actually really surprised and had a great time. It is more of an experience type of entertainment rather than sitting there waiting for a show. And I feel like if you just hang out in production courtyard, you have almost non-stop shows. It's pretty one ends, and literally 15 minutes later, you have a new one that starts.
Or sometimes not even that. Sometimes it's literally back to back.
And so here you are buying some snacks, which are also really good. and hanging out with your friends, chatting, walking around, and all of a sudden there's another thing that happens, and another thing, and another thing, and 2 hours later you realize that you're still there and having fun.
And it's really cold.
And yeah,
Eventually you do sort of sit around going, oh, it's really cold, actually.
none of the entertainment is particularly groundbreaking.
No.
But it works. It works. There's a lot of interactions with the crowd. Some of the shows, like the march, makes people like do some. It's not a dance, like some military moves.
Yeah, like if you stood in the front row, sometimes the general will come up and go, what did I ask you to do? March, so march, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. So they pick out like kids, and then and you feel like you can have your own little moment, and even just walking around and watching, it's quite entertaining.
Yeah, and they cover a lot of Star Wars as well. They cover the original stuff, the prequel trilogies there somewhere, and the current trilogy as well. So I think there is something for no matter which part of Star Wars you like. It's in there somewhere.
And I can't remember. So I'm not really good at Star Wars. Is it the Imperial March or which one has Kylo Ren? No, it's the First Order March. Sorry.
But that's not Kylo Ren.
That's Phasma, right?
So yeah, that's Phasma. The Kylo Ren show is called something else.
Oh yeah, the First Order recruitment.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's
Which
really
sounds
fun.
like a job agency, but it's not.
That's true, especially because just behind you have Avengers Campus, who is also recruiting. Like
So much recruitment in the Disney
I
World
know.
universe.
And then it was the job fair just outside of the village last weekend. If you don't get a job during that weekend, like really, you don't do it very well.
The First Order recruitment.
The first time I was kind of fooled though because I waited at the main stage, but really the show starts at the main stage, but then they just walk across the production courtyard, and it actually takes place at what I call the Guardian stage, which is now the Star Wars stage in the back by Studio Theater.
Yeah.
And Kylo Ren comes up, he talks.
Yes.
I think that is new.
It's new for Paris.
Yeah. Oh, did he not speak? And
You've been to too many international parks, maybe.
No,
I thought he spoke in the start. Did he not speak to you when you met him in Darth Vader bit? No.
Oh yeah, but that was.
Does that not count if it's
that
not
was
public?
For a press event.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
First time for public. Yeah.
And so they've made it's a mix between an actual meet and greet and what they do for Halloween, meaning that he's on stage and he'll point at you, but he stays on the stage for like 20 minutes at least.
He does a little show thing first.
Yeah,
a couple of minutes.
Yeah, but then he'll just point at you, and it's actually really cool because when I was there, and it was lunch weekend, it was really busy, most people who were waiting in front of that stage got to go on stage. So it's not like a full interaction when you'll spend 10 minutes with him, but you just go on stage, he says a few words, and you take a photo, and then next. And so a lot of people are able to meet him, and most of the people who were waiting in front of the stage got to go. There wasn't any sort of disappointed people that he was leaving.
And the really good thing is, it's the same sort of system as the Halloween meet and greets after Are You Brave Enough or whatever the other one was called a couple of years ago, whatever. It's kind of the same concept, but rather than him staying there for 5 minutes like they do at the end of Halloween, he is there for a good 20-25 minutes. It's a long time.
Yeah, so that's good. And the snacks are cool. Have you tried them? Have you tried any of the snacks?
No, I didn't do any of the Star Wars ones.
Man.
But
so the TIE Fighter is the best. I know
I wish I bought.
I'm not. I promise I'm not getting a commission for every time I say that because I've been pushing it.
The waffles are good though. The waffles are fresh.
Oh, I haven't tried the waffles actually.
Well, the cheesy one.
The cheese waffle.
Well, all of the waffles. So if you ever buy a Mickey waffle or anything in Paris, they always make them fresh.
I was stupid. I got the fries, but I really wanted fries, so there.
Oh, the fries in the cone.
Yeah. It was a nice steam cone.
You also bought the chicken nuggets in Café de la Brousse.
Yeah. That was nice.
Which they had to make fresh because they were closing
up.
up.
God, the whole story. Yeah, so we showed up at Café La Brousse in Adventureland. Side story. It was like $5.50, $6.50.
No, it was like $4.55 or something like that.
And the girl, she was lovely, but like basically she had kind of like hoped that no one would notice there was a food location there for the next 10 minutes. Too bad, like 10 fans descended on the place.
Well, it was more we were walking past because we were going to Pirates, and Ben went, "Ooh, oh, chicken.
Yeah, well, I just felt like some chicken, and so I'll go down, and she's like, "Hi, what do you want, chicken nuggets?" And she's like, "It's gonna be like 5 minutes to cook." I'm like, "No problem."
She was hoping that you said,
yeah,
it's
I was
okay,
like, "Oh, that's
absolutely."
okay. I don't want to wait." I was like, "I'll wait," and so we waited, and she gave us a little extra so that everyone could have some.
Yeah, we got to
that
try
was
them.
nice.
They were actually really good.
They're really nice.
Is that the
So
ones with the spicy sauce?
No, well, you
it's
can get
different.
a
can
sauce,
get, yeah.
but they cook. You know, they're kind of fresh and they taste fresh as well.
Yeah.
They're
But what I
all
don't get
really
is that she made, apparently, you probably don't have a
She made
choice.
about 6 batches.
Yeah, but you know, dude, she makes like 6. She made 6 cones, but then I think it's probably standard. Like when you open a box, you have to fry it all. Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So.
Plus, she wanted some maybe to take home with her. Or
Well, you know what her and the cook had for dinner: chicken nuggets, 6 boxes. But yeah, they were really
They
nice.
were really good.
And so in the same type of cones, just going back to the other side of the Star Wars thing.
Well, they were in Lion King and Jungle Festival cones.
Ah, yeah, that's
Or
true.
are they still? Oh man.
Yeah, but it doesn't say Lion King and Jungle. It just
they
kind of
just have
fits
symbols.
It
Adventure.
just looks jungly.
It fits Adventure, and you just buy Hakuna
Yeah,
Matata, so
it is.
it's
It
fine.
kind of works.
Yeah.
So.
The only snack that looked a bit grim was that muffin in a cup.
Oh yeah, that one.
I saw somebody get that. Did Patrick not get that?
Yeah, yeah.
It looked grim. It looked really dry.
No,
Was it
the
not really good?
mud cake.
The one that was in the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That looked
it
very
was nice. No, it was
I
nice.
thought it looked really dry.
It's kind of like it's hot, so they warm it up, and then it gets kind of melty inside. It's kind of like a chocolate,
Okay.
not souffle, a chocolate, you know the
Yeah.
like melt in the middle chocolate things.
Yeah.
But the only thing though is that the cups weren't ready. Well, actually they had the cups in the back, but they weren't using them. So he got his in like a
I got the
Segafredo
normal one, right? Yeah, normal cup.
which that looks grim
Yeah,
because
exactly, yeah, it's that
because
one,
then
yeah.
you have this like brown cake in this brownish grayish cup, and it's just kind of like
Seasonal. Yeah.
it's very like apocalyptic.
I mean, it's
like,
very
you know.
studios.
Yeah, it's very
So,
studios.
Oh, back to your fries.
Oh yeah, the fries were actually really nice because they also do them on the spot, so they're like piping hot and really like crispy and really nice. But you have to be in the mood for fries. It's not really obviously a seasonal snack apart that it comes in a Star Wars, cone.
Yeah.
But if you want, the good thing about it is that if you don't want to go and get a whole burger, if you just want a little salty snack at 11 a.m., which is what time it was actually kind of hit the spot.
Oh, we didn't talk about frozen snacks.
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
We'll come back to that after.
We'll
Star
come back
Wars.
to first thing. Yeah, and so the TIE Fighter, I'm going to plug it once again.
You like that TIE Fighter? Huh?
Yes, because it is some kind of like
I thought you liked the what was it?
Dio.
Dio. Yeah.
No, hold on.
Oh, is that the little macaron thing?
One at
Oh,
a
wait.
time, guys.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, the lights went on. I didn't notice. So it is kind of like a buttery biscuit base, and on top of it is some like lemon meringue. So you have like a layer of like lemon custard. It's not too sweet, it's really nice. And then on top of it is some like soft Italian meringue. So it's kind of like a mousse-y
That
meringue.
sounds quite nice.
That's
And then on top of it is the TIE Fighter, which is like really thin white chocolate with the TIE Fighter printed on it. So when you bite on it, it kind of like go like, you have like a crack, and then you have like soft, and then you have the biscuit. It's really satisfying. It's kind of like a,
That does sound kind of nice.
very well done.
That sounds alright.
Yeah, it sounds like something that you'd get at Disneyland Resort.
Yeah.
Probably the only one of the whole collection, to be honest. The macaroon was nice, but it was kind of dense and a bit chewy. Sometimes, macaroon you kind of want it to be like a bit crunchy on the outside,
Yeah.
like a bit, and then just like have a little layer. It's quite a bit. They're all quite big, so they're not cheap, but you'll be full of sugar after. They give you quite a lot.
Was it an eclair?
Yeah, it's
Eclair's another new
hazelnuts.
thing, right? Because there's a frozen eclair,
Yeah.
is there not? And there's a
There's
Star Wars
there's
eclair.
a few good like snacks.
The only thing I'll say is like like the TIE Fighter, they try something a little bit out of the box, but most of the rest, I feel like they've found a model
There's a pattern
for the
Yeah,
season
yeah.
that people don't complain too much about, and so they're sort of like reusing like
Biscuits.
yeah, like the shortbread cookies with a Nutella in the middle or
So
jam in the
so
middle.
it's
They
one-
know that we're sort of satisfied with that idea, so now we're getting it for every season. And since the paw, from Lion King, and
Yeah, I liked that actually.
the paw was fun. Yeah.
It was nice.
the
and-
cake
yeah, it was like
thing, yeah.
coconut. It was pretty good.
Oh no, I mean like the other paw, like the shortbread cookie paw.
Oh, okay, that one. I didn't have that one.
But I feel like that one did well, and now we always get those cookies.
Yeah,
And then now they have the madeleines.
they were nice.
But they're not Star Wars. Sorry, they're Frozen.
Okay, we're
Let's just-
skipping.
Let's just jump about it.
jump
This is
around,
what happens when you launch 2 seasons at once. Our brain gets muddled.
Muddled?
Mungled and muddled.
Mumbled.
Anyway.
Yeah. All works.
So
They're okay.
yeah, the frozen melons, they taste nice
Yeah.
and they're rather fresh. No, actually,
Quite expensive at €4.
but they're big though. I had one and I was like, "This is my breakfast."
Yeah, but they are expensive.
They are.
But they are nice. You've got a choice of Olaf and Sven.
So it's kind of hit or miss, and obviously, it's just when Paris, you don't get to pick the one you get. You get whatever you're given.
Oh, did you don't get to say I want an Olaf?
No,
No.
get that.
Yes,
but you'll see like a whole.
You don't pick like the exact one that you want because
You don't get the one that looks good.
So you're in
Yeah.
cable car and you've got all of them, and you're going, "Oh, I really hope I get some of this bit because this is a good bit."
and then she'll get you like the one in the middle, like basically the whole face got stuck
It's
to
like
the mold,
deformed.
and it's like a hole instead of Sven's face, and you're like, "Oh, okay, well
Or
done."
you'll have like a cast member who accidentally breaks Olaf and goes, "Olaf is dead." Do you remember this?
Yes. Yeah. He's like, Olaf is dead. I'm like, oh, that's magical. Definitely something you should say to guests. Literally only in Paris. Literally only in Paris. Like, like in the US, they would quickly remove it and put it in a bin. Like,
In
so
Paris,
that,
he says Olaf is dead and just keeps it there.
Yeah, and it was there. It just stayed there. And the thing, like, there was like half an Olaf Madeleine. And I'm like, is someone going to take that out? No, it just stayed there. I think until the whole tray was done. I would have just like put it in my pocket to eat on my break or something.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea either.
No, but
Yeah. So other than that, frozen snacks. Actually, they have some cool drinks like Olaf and stuff
yeah,
that I
they
should probably
have,
tweet.
they've put absinthe in a cocktail, so that's great.
Yeah.
So a good night out.
I never thought that Disneyland Paris would go and put absinthe in a cocktail.
Oh yeah, they did that. Yeah. That was that's a choice, but I mean,
Magical.
after a long day,
It's
after
the
a long
Green
day in
Fairy,
the
right?
parks, and they have this cocktail. So obviously, you guys
I'm
can't
gonna
see
try
it.
it,
Do you guys
actually.
know what this one is? It's like
Oh
an Olaf.
yeah. It's
Do you know what it is?
I do know what it is. Give me a second though. This is great radio because I'm going to find what this is
Yeah.
because I actually do know but don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out. Are you actually pulling the PDF with all the names and stuff? That would be very helpful.
Yes.
And what are the frozen snacks? Well, there's an eclair for Frozen and an eclair for
Yeah, so one of each.
Star Wars. So
There's
it's kind of
a
like
few of the shortbread biscuits, one with
Ananas.
jam
Ananas, yeah.
and one with
I
Nutella.
had Elsa, which had Nutella, and it just didn't have enough chocolate in it. It was just a lot of biscuit, not a lot of chocolate.
Bit dry.
There's the fish soup.
Oh god, yeah, it's
That was
cod.
a choice. That was a weird
Yeah,
choice.
like,
We were walking past
Why?
and just went, that does not look good.
Why? Like, who's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a fish soup? I guess when it's cold.
Why not just make like tomato soup or something
And also, they
simple?
sold it in Frontierland across from Big Thunder Mountain. Which I'm
It was
like,
also
why?
it was also in Hunters when we did that, by the way.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they
I
just
ignored
have it
it,
and just
but-
stick it everywhere.
It's more
You
like
might
a
as
thing you
well.
would have at a sit-down restaurant. Like
Yeah.
I would have fish soup when I was walking around.
Yeah.
It just,
I think,
but the
yeah.
picture as well just did not make it look
No.
that nice. It was kind of one of those things you
Oh,
look
yeah.
at and go,
Yeah,
no, thank you.
yeah, because in like fish soup on the go,
Yeah, it's just not the
just
one.
No.
Especially on a cold day, it's the kind of thing you want to eat inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have
This
some like
thing, I think it's a hot chocolate. No, yeah, it's a hot chocolate with banana puree and whipped cream.
Is that what it is? Do they sell it in the parks as well?
Yeah, but it's definitely that look.
Yeah, it's definitely that. What is it?
Oh, the Olaf one. Yeah.
It's a hot chocolate with banana puree and whipped cream.
That does sound alright.
It does actually say Fantasyland exterior stand. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
that
the one. I'm writing my tweet.
Magical.
Behind the scenes.
This is where magic happens. Ooh, there's this water knock thing.
How
That's
much
really
is it?
cool.
Does it say the price?
Are these all at the sit-down restaurant?
Do they have the price? They don't have the price on this
They
thing.
don't have the price on this thing, no.
Yeah. It says Fantasyland kiosks.
So yeah, it is in a few places. While Ben's writing his tweet, I might as well say
Yeah.
it's in Victoria's, Fantasyland kiosks, in the bars and hotels of Disneyland Paris, Sports Bar, Billy Bob's, and Walt Disney Studios exterior stand.
The one.
Hmm?
The one stand. It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
one-
It says stand.
Yeah, the one that
It's
they
the
have.
one that's in Toon Studio, no?
Yeah,
Ah, okay, yeah.
yeah. Just the one stand.
That fits.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
There was quite a lot of
And I
food
think
for
it's quite
food.
nice too.
There's quite a lot of frozen food at the sit-down restaurants, all right.
Yeah, so we did a buffet at Hunter's Grill where they had the salmon, they had the fish soup, which none of us tried, but Ben tried the salmon. They had
it
a
nice?
red
Yeah,
Nordic.
it was
cabbage.
nice. It was nice.
I didn't try the cabbage.
The guy. Oh, I didn't try the cabbage either. Like sometimes they have such weird ideas. Like, how's this frozen? The cabbage.
And they sent a picture of the
Scandinavia.
cabbage too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cabbage. Yeah.
Another great radio moment.
In case you don't know what cabbage looks like, here's a picture of some cabbage.
Yeah, so it is cabbage, I can confirm. They had some Anna and Elsa macaroons. They had some Anna and Elsa tarts. So the Elsa one was a Nutella tart, because, Nutella.
Yeah.
And the Anna one was blueberry, and it was really good, actually. I tried that. Was there anything else?
At the
Hunters?
buffet, no. I don't really like those little tarts, but that's just like a personal preference, I think.
There's the special menu at Lucky Nugget.
For frozen? Oh yeah, that's the one with the beer. I knew you would bring that
yeah,
up.
the Carlsberg.
I knew you would bring
The
that up.
cast member came over and was like, we have a special frozen menu, and she just gave it to us, and it's just a Carlsberg.
Yeah.
So we've gone from the
Which I
really
guess
kind of
is from-
classy
is it from
turkey
Norway?
Yeah.
Is it
No,
from
it's
Norway?
from Denmark. So,
So
not even
like that doesn't even. I mean, not that frozen is from any particular place, but it's, I guess, Scandinavia.
It was just amazing.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And people were buying it as well. I saw like waiters walking around with these Carlsberg on their trays.
Oh boy. But anyway, so
And in the hotels, they're calling that the seasonal beer.
yeah,
Carlsberg.
sure. That's usually the thing that you get at like music festivals in the summer, like out of a backpack.
A 6-pack for £4.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, it's going to be in Tesco soon. It's going to be like...
well, you have to support them trying things,
Yeah.
I guess. Or
Never change
whatever.
Disneyland Paris. I love your weirdness.
So,
Yeah.
in conclusion,
I'm looking to see a pretty
Frozen
more.
Celebration. I think Frozen Celebration will appeal to average guests who don't particularly know what's going on.
I think there's easy tweaks, and I think next year when it comes back, I think it'll be very different.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
it's coming back next
I
year.
hope it's going to get tweaked before next year. But
Sure, but
one
I
can
think
hope.
when it comes back next year, you can only do sort of minor tweaks during the season. And I think next year when it comes back, it'll be pretty major different.
Do you think it's better for like a regular guest though, because they won't have seen Olaf meet, or they won't have seen Animation Celebration?
oh, you
as
mean
well?
if you haven't been to any?
Because I guess for you guys, you'd seen like
Yeah,
what is
maybe,
in
yeah.
this season. quote
It's also
unquote,
kind of
is like-
weird. I understand what they're trying to do, but it's also kind of weird that Frozen 1 is at Studios and Frozen 2 is at the main park, because the season's kind of split in half.
It's a bit strange. Yeah.
And I understand the reasoning, but I don't know if it's really a good. Like Lion King and Jungle was all of it in Disneyland Park, and like Star Wars is all of it in the studios, except that they try to.
Yeah.
Well, they try to add Hyperspace Mountain and Star Tours in it, but I mean, who are you fooling? But
I think next year, I really do think this year it's going to be sort of this thing where they'll tweak it a little bit and it'll be great and it'll be possible, but I'm kind of excited for what this could be next year. I don't know.
you mean building
Yeah,
on it,
yeah,
building
I
on
think-
top of it, yeah.
I think if they do Frozen really well, it could be great for them.
Do you think it's always going to feel not as good as it can be until they add an Anna and Elsa meet and greet?
I think as well, maybe some
mean,
of the stuff they'll start doing.
It's gonna need to happen. It's gonna need to happen one day, and I feel like they're just shying away from it. But sorry, guys, you're gonna have to do it.
I
one
really hope
day.
they start trying some interesting things with like the food, let's say, because you could start really testing what's going to work in Arendelle in a couple of years' time. And you could go, okay, well, guests like this kind of stuff. They don't like this kind of stuff. So when Arendelle opens,
No fish soup.
no fish
No
soup,
fish soup.
please. But when Arendelle opens in 2023 or whatever, the offering will be pretty solid because we'll know what we're getting, and we'll go in and we'll go, okay, this stuff's nice. I hope.
I hope so.
And talking about, I think in the next segment we should talk about what's coming up later this year, and also what's going on with all the development, the Hotel New York and construction, Walt Disney Studios,
Yeah.
and maybe we can spill a bit of tea.
Great.
Great.
Cool.
So we are back. What should we
Great.
play? I feel like
We're bringing Bruno.
should we play? Bruno will be on next segment. Stay tuned. No. Should we play something from Frozen? I feel like no.
Yeah, I think we should do. Ooh.
At the 80s song. What is it?
Oh, Lost in the Woods.
Lost in the Woods. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do Lost in the Woods, and then we'll be back.
Okay.
Again, you're gone, off on a different path than mine. I'm left behind, wondering if I should follow. You had to go, and of course it's always fine. I probably could catch up with you tomorrow. But is this what it feels like to be growing apart? When did I become the one who's always chasing your heart? Now I turn around and find I am lost in the woods. North is south, right is left. When you're gone, I'm the one who sees you home, but now I'm lost in the woods, and I don't know what path you are on. I'm lost in the woods. Up till now, the next step was a question of how. I never thought it was a question of whether. Who am I if I'm not your guy? Where am I if we're not together forever? Now I know you're my true north, 'cause I am lost in the woods. Up is down, day is night when you're not there. Oh, you're my only landmark, so I'm lost in the woods, wondering if you still care. But I'll wait for a sign that I'm your path, 'cause you are mine. You are mine. Until then, I'm lost in the woods. Lost in the woods. Lost in the woods. I'm lost in the woods. Lost in the woods. I'm lost in the woods.
Just play the whole celebrate at the end of the podcast, 30 minutes, it'd be fine.
Yeah. And that was David's idea for making the podcast longer. We're recording, so I'll put that. I'll
okay.
put that as we
Oh,
come
man.
back to the break. There you go. You got caught.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
you got caught like you know who yesterday. Anyways,
wow.
what are we talking about? Yes,
Future.
So, yeah, future. Tons of things coming up this year. You guys doing the runs?
No.
I'm doing September.
You're not
I'm-
doing the
I'm
Princess
not doing
Run,
Princess Run anymore.
David.
It's too expensive.
I'm in Orlando when the September run's happening.
Yeah, because I'm pretty much going to fly from. Anyway, yeah.
We're organizing future.
Yeah, we're gonna
events.
get the whole, all of David's schedule. If you need to reach him, you'll know exactly
We're
where
future,
where he'll
we're
be.
future ready.
So yeah, I think that's kind of like the next event. Well, the next event is, let's talk about it. The AP party on March 13th.
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
forgot its name. It's like Adventures of Disneyland Park or something.
Does
like
it have a
yeah,
name?
something-
Yeah,
It's
it's
got a
called
name,
Adventures
yeah.
or DLP
Disneyland-
Adventures.
Disneyland Park
something like that.
Adventures. Anyway,
Yeah.
and so not everyone is convinced by it. I am super excited for it.
I would go if I wasn't going to Anaheim the next day.
Brag.
No,
And
but I would.
Humble brag.
No, but I actually would.
You
Like,
could fly from Paris.
I have already booked my flights from London,
Fine.
but I would go. I think it sounds really fun.
I think it's really different, and we've had so many AP parties that are like, here are 3 shows and 15-minute grades, and the theme is that, and then it's always kind of that, right? Like, what else is different? And this one is quite different in the sense that there's going to be citizens of the lands, and attraction. So I'm assuming we'll have some like live actors in Pirates.
Yeah,
We might have some live actors on Big Thunder Mountain somewhere.
maybe the dueling pirates will work because they're real.
Hey, it was working last weekend.
I know. I'm
You'll get an
joking.
actual
I'm
guy
joking.
to swim.
I tried to take a video, but like, you know, the next show, that would be fun. Like some
All the
or
broken effects are going to be fixed by someone actually doing them.
for 5 hours straight.
in Big Thunder Mountain, you have like 3 people with fire extinguishers just going like.
Oh man.
Oh, that would be fun.
But here's the thing that I'm thinking. So I did the Tarot Terror Night, the very first annual pass party, and probably one of my favorite memories is riding the attraction with actors in the lift with us.
Oh, yeah.
If it's kind of the same thing, it's going to be amazing.
I think that's the idea, yeah.
that could be
So
good, yeah.
there's talks that Captain Nemo will be meeting in the Nautilus.
yeah.
And by meeting, so the thing is the party is not going to really have, apparently, fixed meet and greets where you can like queue for 6 hours and meet this exclusive rare characters. I think it's going to be more of a, you just walking around, then you're going near the Nautilus, and here's Captain Nemo who's like, why don't you come inside with me and visit the Nautilus, and you just go and follow him or something.
That's a good theory, but you don't know people are going to follow these characters and try.
Yeah, I mean,
people are still going to swarm.
and
these
by people
followers,
you
man.
mean Richie.
I mean Richie, yes.
I think, look, if it works exactly like Ben said, it will be amazing.
And Main Street is going to be so exciting because Disneyland Paris has tons of Main Street costume. We know that from when they did Swing into Spring and all those things.
Yeah.
So all those big dresses, big wigs, all this like Victorian times and all this, they're going to bring all these up,
Yeah.
and that's going to be super fun.
I think it's going to be. You'll probably leave feeling sad that this can't happen every day.
Exactly.
Some
Yeah,
of this like should just not happen all the time. Some of this.
but I
stuff.
think they're going to do it so over the top that people will realize that it cannot happen all the time.
Yeah, but still, there'll be part of you that says, "Oh, it'd be nice if we just had a few of these people roaming."
Yeah. But maybe maybe it's all a plot by the AP team to like suggest to management, like, look how cool it could be, and
Yeah, that would be really. It'd be really cool if it's not going to be on the same scale, obviously, but if they can take even a fraction of the night and just like go, "Oh, this would be kind of cool to have every day, right?"
because right now we have this one weird dude. He's
Yeah.
lovely. Okay,
Oh,
weird
guys,
is
mayor
not
of everywhere.
weird is not the word.
No, weird.
He's nice.
He spoke to me in Lucky Nugget in December. Weird definitely is the word.
Yeah, so it's like Monsieur Paradis, I think. Like he's like Mr. Paradise. Is,
yeah. So he
so-
has different names depending on where he is.
Yeah, he's the mayor of Main Street, except when the Advent calendar is there, because there's another mayor.
And then sometimes he'll be in the Lucky Nugget just
Yeah.
walking around.
Because he's
So
the owner of
he's
the
the
Lucky
owner
Nugget,
of it, yeah.
With some other person who's
He
not.
started talking to me about his horse and how his horse had disappeared, and I was sort of like sitting there going, "Okay, but can I have my food? Like, I'm hungry."
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Oh wow, my horse has disappeared. I do not know where my horse is. Have you met my friend Mark Twain?" I'm like, "Yeah, but my
Like,
fish
no,
and
it's been missing for years.
Yeah. I'm like, well, my fish and chips is currently getting cold, so
Yeah. Well, can we? In the meantime, can we give a shout out to the Lucky Nugget team on stage, because
they're fun.
it's become kind of like my go-to lunch when I want to actually sit down and chat to people, because for like €16 or 18 or whatever menu you get
$21.99.
you can actually really sit down and have like almost table service. And you have a cute little show, and there's always like that girl, she has a name in the show, who
does.
sings and goes in the room, and sometimes it's a guy, and there's the piano player,
The Avenue Q.
and then you have a cute. Can you imagine?
That pretty much is when they bring the puppet.
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
The puppet
Goldie
looks-
Diamond
The
or
puppet, the
whatever.
puppet
Yeah.
looks like Lucy the Slut from Avenue Q. It literally
And
does.
now we are an adult reading
Sorry.
podcast.
He said he swore for me. I think on the podcast.
And then you have the puppet show in the back, and the actual stage also, and all that.
I think it's really fun.
and it's really
Oh,
fun.
yeah,
And
it's a really
the
nice
food
thing.
the food comes pretty quickly, and they have like seasonal menus. Like Lucky Nugget, I think they found like a good balance, because bringing back the French Can show, like, first that'd be too expensive. I think it's kind of like people don't really want to see that.
No.
But the little puppets, I mean, not everyone in the room pays attention to them. Sometimes I feel like a bit heartbroken, and I'm like clapping extra hard for them, because people just like eat and talk to their families and don't really pay attention. But
My favorite bit is when every time I walk in and it's the Mickey show, and then you sit down and they change it to the Toy Story show, and you just go, Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen this one so many times.
Oh, I always see like the Far West, the cowboy with like
The Mickey
the
one's like the hat. It's gonna be like, is it the scary one?
the one that
love
has
the
like the
Mickey
sheriff. What's his name? I don't know. The sheriff guy.
Toy Story or
Oh yeah, Toy Story. Yeah. That's the
Stinky
Toy Story.
Pete. Yeah,
Oh, that's the one.
I would say the Mickey one's one where they go
the
in.
Mickey one is so
Oh, there's
good.
there's like the
Yeah.
Phantom Manor inspired,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not
that's a
really
good one.
one.
And you got Donald pretending he's the Thunder Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. That is
Yeah.
so good.
Thunderdog. Anyway, what were we talking about? Ah, yes,
Future.
AP Party. Yes,
Party.
so AP Party. Think it'll be fun. Can't wait to see what they do. Don't mess it up. They're also going to do
I don't think I'll
a
mess it up.
projection and pyro show
That would be interesting.
themed after Disneyland Paris Memories. So that would be
I think that'd be
interesting.
fun.
Are they going to get like history clips? Are they going to show like past season, past
Should they cry?
anniversaries?
You're Disney.
You know that this is going to be part of it. Like it has to be, right? It has to be.
Yeah.
This embarrassment, like it has to be part of this.
I hope so. It'd be fun.
Yeah. And so after that, Run Disney is going for seconds this year with the Princess Run. I see.
think
You, so
first.
no one is going. Elliot is going. I
Yeah,
think.
Elliot are going. I think.
Elliot's
yeah,
going.
yeah, Elliot are going.
I think it'll be fun. I am not going to dress as a princess.
Oh,
I'm
you're
sorry.
gonna go as a prince.
I don't know. I mean, I'll definitely get like a tiara on my head, but those things tend to like dig into your head and hurt. Not that I've worn one
What
before.
is it? It's a 5. It's a
5
5
and
and
8.
8. Yeah.
5 and 8K.
Like-
It's Dapper Day that weekend as well.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be busy.
actually, that's really something I want to do. I'm going to try and do Dapper Day as well at the same time.
It's gonna be a
I've
busy
never done a
weekend.
Dapper
And
Day.
it's VE Day, Bank Holiday weekend as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Because you have Bank Holidays on the Friday.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that you can. I travel on the Friday for the run, and it's a bank holiday. You don't have to take a day off.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be-
Usually for Run Disney, I arrive like the Friday at 11 p.m. and then at 5 a.m. I'm on the starting line, like really wondering why I do this to myself. But like that way, I'll get there at like 2.
Sometimes when I wake up early for Disney, I always think, why am I doing this to myself?
Right, but then you get to the park and you have like the magic energy, and then
Sure, and then we get to Monday and I'm sat in the office and I'm really thinking, why did I do
man.
this to
Yeah,
myself?
I am usually tired at least until Wednesday.
yeah.
No. This summer is going to be kind of a classic. We get Marvel, Lion King, and Jungle. It's all repeats.
That's fine.
Yeah. We should talk about the Meta Dance. It's going to change location. Boop, scoop.
Ooh, oh yes.
Where is it? Central Plaza?
I don't know.
Castle Stage?
I don't know.
Oh, you still know where it is?
No.
It's gonna be, okay, I thought you were just being like...
I just thought it was a different
just for
location.
no reason, okay.
Because
It
last
didn't
year
work.
it
It was
didn't
a
work.
mess where
No,
it
it was a
was.
mess. I mean, and guest flow yelling at guests, never. Don't do that guest
If you
flow.
don't move back, I'm cancelling the show. That's what I
Right.
remember from last
I
year.
know.
That
I was
was-
at that one too.
Yeah.
Well, we were
with
all
this,
out there together, if you
with this
remember.
crazy guy who was like, "Move back! Oh, I cancel the show." I'm like, "Oh wow, magical!" Like the kids were terrified. So no more. But I mean, I don't know. We could speculate. I feel like there's room in Castle Stage because there's no show,
I would hope it's Castle Stage.
and you could put Pumbaa in the rotating structure in the tiara.
Oh, that would be fun.
You know.
Sit there all day.
Because he needs, because they cover him like Ursula,
Yeah.
and he needs to just appear, so they could like
Yeah, I'd like that.
prepare him, and then he could like turn around, fart, and turn back around.
Yeah, I'd like that. I think that'd be really cool.
And also another stage that's available is Videopolis, but then do we want to have?
We had a line
I
thing show
don't
there
think a
before,
dance
and
party's going
it's
to work on Videopolis.
No, because you have to be like standing and do the dance.
Yeah.
But then like in front of Castle Stage would be great because you have
Yeah.
more room. And the show did really well last year, and the soundtrack is so fun.
Would they like take guests onto Castle Stage
We're
though?
totally gonna play that soundtrack at the end of the show.
Yes!
The Mata Dance.
It's a really fun soundtrack.
It's a
It's
really good
super
soundtrack.
summery as well.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was a really good show. I loved
It was a really good show. It was just terribly placed.
it. It's traffic. No wait.
There's some kind of weird noise in my hallway.
Yeah.
It's okay. There you go.
it's
It's
gone.
gone.
Moving on.
Sorry. So yeah, summer's gonna be fun. Marvel
It's Marvel.
is gonna be the last one as well. So Star Wars is gonna be the last one. Marvel is basically this year we have repeats, but also final seasons.
But
So-
Star Wars is going and just going. Marvel's going, but will be replaced by a whole new land. So this is
flourishing
fine.
into wonderful lands. Yeah.
Who knows what happens to Studio Theatre from next year, though?
Well, it's gonna be used for Marvel.
Oh, they're still going to run that show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
What
Good.
do you think they're gonna do? Just have like what's his name? The Iron Man show?
No, I mean next year.
Oh, you mean in 21?
Yes.
Well, Avengers Campus is going to open in spring, so I doubt they would run it. Yeah.
So we'll have an empty theater.
Yeah,
Well,
and
yeah.
actually, 2 shows are in development right now for Disneyland Paris, and I think one of them is Dream Factory for Studio D, and the other one is, we don't know, but there's another show that's in development, so let's see. And I
It's
know there's
called Summer Ding Dong Ding.
no,
Donald Duck has found some new tinsel.
and that's something exciting as well. I am excited for Dream Factory in the spring.
That could be really fun, actually.
It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
I
That
forgot when it opens. It's late April?
Yeah, it's definitely not April 25th. Yeah, that might be good. Okay, well, we'll go check that out. And and then summer Lion King and Jungle Festival will be back. It's a great favorite, and also they're running it in the same season.
It starts a little bit earlier,
It
actually.
finishes earlier as well because it
Yeah.
ran into the run weekend last year, and it finishes 2 weeks before the run
Yeah.
weekend.
Maybe Halloween
So I
will
hope
start
Halloween's
run
running for
weekend.
the run. I really
Yeah.
hope Halloween's
I'm
running.
really looking forward to Lion King and Jungle Festival
Yeah.
again. Just
Yeah.
saying.
And I think it worked better than Pirates and Princesses that they brought back in winter, and that was terrible. I think that was like the end of it. That just like killed it. Well, it was killed already, but Lion King
I think
Jungle,
it's
it's just going to be like the same as last summer. But I think people are having so much fun. Obviously, I'm sure they will change the show a little bit. Maybe.
The Jive.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a
Yeah.
little bit. Hope they change the Lion King show a little bit
Oh
as well.
god,
No,
how they
yeah.
changed the Lion King show.
Well, this is... Okay, so the Lion King show is really weird this year because about 20 minutes down the road is the Broadway musical.
Oh yeah.
No.
It's going
It's
to be
reopening
running
in Paris,
during the
yeah.
summer.
So it's like a taster. It's like, here's what you can see.
It's like
I don't know.
that's going to be awkward.
It's going to make the season in Paris suffer a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Well, or people will just do like the 360 and go see the Broadway show and go to Disneyland Paris and like do this whole like Lion King.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
It's actually cheaper for them to go and see the Broadway show.
Right, but that's a completely different experience. I mean, you
It's
get
a different experience.
you get like a 2-hour show as opposed to like a whole day in a park with several offerings and
Yeah.
an actual theme park.
But it feels, I don't know, the thing that feels weird for me is that you've got essentially 2 branches of the Walt Disney Company competing with themselves completely unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like the Lion King and Jungle Festival is really Jungle Book Jive, at least for fans and
Well,
for anyone who's heard
For
about.
fans, yeah, but for the average guest, the Lion King is the thing they love.
Is it?
Yeah, it is,
the
unfortunately.
lines for that show last year were
I
insane.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Lion King concert. You
For
know.
the Lion King show.
Lion King
the
live in
Lion-
concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what it is,
Yeah.
you know, and
It was fun to see it once, but
I really they need to
Probably,
add
yeah.
they need to add some projection or screen in the back because to me the whole show to
Yeah.
me looked a bit unfinished.
It was just
I'm-
it was dead space.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I saw it, but
Yeah, it's my issue with it is that it didn't really have a big repeat factor. Like I could literally watch all 4 shows of Jungle Book Jive every single day.
Yeah.
And still have a blast, and I'll still be like, oh no, you know, like literally like bopping around. But the Lion King show, every visit, I would go and see it once, fell asleep a couple times. But
how do you do that on those benches?
I know, right?
So on
Well, Maureen was next to me holding me up. So yeah, I think, but the thing is, it's not a bad show. It's a beautiful show.
Yeah.
I wish the seats were better in the Frontierland Theater.
I
As you
do
said,
not
like-
understand why they're not.
Like,
I'm sorry.
you're making a brand new theater, put in some real seats. Why are you putting the benches back? And
Yeah, I don't get it.
like that just doesn't make sense. I mean, obviously cost, but apart from that, like it does not add to the
Especially trying to add like Broadway
Maybe-
style shows as well.
just
Are they
put
doing
like
anything inside? Could we see when it reopens in June? Could we see normal seats? Could the benches have just
No.
been a quick? Let's get some seats in.
No, I don't think so.
No, I
I
thought-
don't
I
think
like
it
it
takes
by
any
design.
longer to install actual seats than benches. I mean,
I felt like it was by design.
Yeah.
Just when we were in there.
yeah, to
I
give
suppose
it this
to-
like Frontierland feel. But no, guys, we're old. We need a back. My back hurts.
and to fit as many. I guess you can probably maybe the argument you can fit more people in. Or
It's like
something,
right now, David is
less
sitting on a
space.
bench, and I'm sure you wish he was sitting on one
Yeah,
of those
I wish I was
chairs.
sitting in that sofa. Yeah.
Next time you can get a chair. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll change it, but they'll change. Right now they're changing the outside completing the outside theming.
It won't be
Theming.
tough this year.
Air quotes theming, night ready, and they're doing something to the queue and to the area to make it a bit more, guest friendly. Because last year people were roasting under umbrellas like they were in Toy Story Land in DHS.
That was not fun.
Yeah. So that, and then the run's going to come back, and then nighttime
Railroad?
parade. Yeah. Railroad.
Might be coming back this year. Well, it's
April 1st is the current date, but that's a Wednesday, so I feel like that's just a placeholder.
It'll be the Saturday or a Saturday.
Or before. Who knows? Wait, it's the up. No,
It'll be after.
it'll be after. It'll be after. But it's weird because now they're training cast and having some trains run already, and it's end of Jan. And I feel like, so what's going to happen in the next 2 months? I don't know.
Test and adjust.
Just because it's cold, there's just no way to run it.
Yeah, I mean, there's
cold
definitely
outside, yeah.
there's definitely part of it is operational closure.
Yeah.
Like I think the train could have stopped running this month, but it's cold and they're just not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why pay for all the cast and the drivers? Those drivers are expensive.
Yeah.
Studios is going well, according to Jeff.
Well, according to...
Head engineer Jeff.
well, not according to me.
The lake seems to be going well. Yeah, I heard that they were putting the giant concrete tubes for water and sewers and all that kind of stuff backstage. And also, right before they closed Tram Tour, we could see that there was quite a lot of movement back there, clearing.
Oh,
moving.
Tram Tour closed.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
So
Well,
that's
Bye.
I mean, a third of it's reopened.
Oh, yeah.
One quarter.
So
Summer.
summer Tram Tour is going to reopen as Cars Route 66 World Trip. I feel like, I mean, do we even have anything to say about that? It's going to be 5 minutes.
Thank you, next.
Next. Yeah. But, I mean, I'll go try it. You know what? Surprise us, TLP. Surprise us. You never know. I was surprised by Star Wars Legends of the Force.
I can't wait for them to set Mac on fire.
That's what I don't get. I don't know how they're going to work
No,
this.
but that's not going to happen. Because that's not Mac.
But these trucks are alive in this
The
world,
Mac-
right?
Yeah, I guess.
So you're going into the Cars world, then you set a truck on fire, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, boys, if this is what happens to you if you misbehave,
That would be efficient.
It's like bad discipline. We could
That
have
would be
like,
efficient.
could have like Mac crying for help, and then it's like just
Yeah.
blow
But
him
it's,
up.
it's not Mac because Mac is like,
Yeah, it's
square.
not- yeah.
Like,
I don't know how they're going to get that like disconnect. It's like, okay, we're in Cars. Okay, we're not in Cars anymore because we're going to blow a truck up. It's a bit weird.
are they going to remove it? Well, no, because, like...
No, the
what-
trucks are the best bit. Like,
Yeah.
it comes
They have to
rolls
set
in
the truck on
hell.
fire. It has to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Unless they take away the fire effects, which
It's
would
like
be gutting.
It's like a Cars funeral. You're like cremating the truck. That's like,
What if they-
Luigi and Guido just
You know,
outside.
what if they take away the fire effect and just keep the water?
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I think this is going to get a bad review.
I
No
think
matter what
they're-
they do, to be honest.
They're just going to like hope nobody notices and just do it as it was all the time.
Well, don't worry, we'll notice.
Yeah, everyone knows. There'll be a lot of jokes online about it. But I think
Every
they'll-
single
Yeah.
ride will mention it.
please don't make us the laughing stock of the international Disney world, please.
I know.
Please don't do that to us.
But I don't know, is it the same Imagineers that are working on Studio Expansion? Like, I feel like every time Imagineering is like actually involved, they usually figure out a good solution. It's just when
Yeah.
DLP is just left to their own.
I think the thing that worries me most about the Tram Tour for Cars is they have said literally nothing. And they have not put it on their website.
It's a road trip.
They kind of want us to forget about it, and that usually is a bad sign.
Forget
not-
about it.
If you're not hyping something, it's not. There's usually a reason
Yeah.
if you're not hyping it.
Yeah.
But
If
no-
we're talking about here's the things coming in 2020 and we miss off Cars Tram Tour,
The only new
that
attraction.
usually means something.
I don't
Right.
think they're going to be this silent when Frozen's 6 months from opening. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Oh boy.
Or even Marvel, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
from
Oh.
January next year. Well, even
I mean,
before,
and this
probably,
summer.
but-
So this summer we're going to start hearing about Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel.
yeah, but I mean, so when it comes to the Marvel Land, new lands in Paris, they typically start hyping in about the January that it opens.
But what
It's
if it
gonna be
opens in
non-stop
like
next
May?
Yeah, but still, it's
January to May? Yeah, maybe.
January is a good time to start hyping things because it's like, okay, you've had your Christmas holidays now. Well, here's a new thing.
You got your Christmas money, come spend it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be going well. The Spider-Man attraction is just like going up like Legos, and the rest, we can't see the back.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be good.
You can see a little bit of the back if you walk towards the. I should probably not say that. Don't enter construction sites, people. But if you walk towards the back of the,
If you were.
but,
If you move the walls,
but if
you can
you
see quite a lot.
were, the best way to do it. No,
If you were to jump the fence, the lowest fence can be
between 10:30 and 11, the guard is on the other side. No, I'm kidding.
If you have a master key, you can get into the construction walls.
No, but like if you go through the new bus station, by the
yeah,
parking,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
walk towards Valdehop, there's a few bridges that go over the train tracks there, and this is where they load and then unload. Like trucks come in that way to bring like big pieces and elements, and I'm assuming that's how all the ride vehicles are going to come in and all this stuff. So sometimes you can get lucky. I mean, you see. Because the park was wonderfully designed with a non-existent berm, you can see through literally the back lot.
So
there's like 3 trees that have been like mistreated for 10 years.
They are in the process of building a berm, though.
Yeah, but like when
it is coming up pretty quick.
But on the
back.
side of like the train tracks, like there's nothing
not
there.
Yet, not
I
yet.
feel like they're gonna do a giant wall.
Not yet.
They have to.
But what they are doing is if you're sort of at the back by the near a relay spa. Where the frozen land's going to be, they are putting up a huge berm at the moment.
Yeah, because maybe it's the dirt that's coming from the lake. No,
that's exactly what's happening.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think the berm.
They probably don't have to move it that far. It's like doop doop doop. Yeah,
yeah.
It's back and forth all
So
day.
we're getting a berm, I think.
Yeah, oh no, we definitely are, because when I did the environment study, that was all about the berm. There's like 16 pages about it and how it's like protecting the animals and whatever. Welcome to France.
So we won't see much forever, but for now we're good.
2 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm definitely sending everyone onto the parachute ride attraction.
10 times a day.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because that's Yeah.
Single riders.
Yeah. If you see like a giant camera with a big zoom falling off the attraction, that's us. I'm gonna have everyone buy some kind of like straps and because that thing goes pretty fast up and down.
Yeah.
You have to snap it just at the right time.
I remember going on parachute drop when they were building Ratatouille, and who'd have thought that 6 years on, we'd be doing the exact same thing.
Some things never change.
And then a few years later, we'll be sitting by the lake, your favorite new thing.
So basically, thanks Disneyland Paris for building parachute drop right on the edge of all of your construction projects.
I know, right? Thanks. Someone imagined was like, should we close that ride maybe? No, I guess that'd be odd, but we're just gonna leave it. But yeah, we'll put like walls everywhere, but you can go on that ride and see everything. Anyways, well, I think that's everything for today. On that note,
That's a good way to stop.
that's a good way to
Good place to
stop.
stop.
I think so. The next podcast is probably going to be in February.
I hope so. We can do something in February.
Yeah, we'll do something in February. We'll get some like new themes and things to talk about, even though February is going to be pretty dead.
That's what I thought, yeah. What's
We'll
happening?
make something up to talk about.
Don't worry, you can still hear our rambling for an hour and a half.
Hopefully Bruno will find his way back on stage at some point.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah, maybe there's something. No, I don't think so, actually.
Well, there'll be some. I think by then we'll know more about some of the parties of the summer, like Magical Pride, which is
Maybe
not
we'll
called
know
Magical
a little
Pride.
bit about Studio D, maybe, because that's starting to become really close.
Well, we have an interview coming up. Now that you
what a good
mention
segue.
it, because our buddy Mark Huffman, I should call him a buddy.
Marky Mark.
Mark is going to be back on the air soon.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! Talking about Studio D.
Favorite gift in the
I
world.
forgot the name of the show. Dream Factory. The story's really cute. You'll see. It's fun. And then we'll know more about Disneyland Paris Pride performers and Electroland, which apparently Electroland is going to be amazing this year. So stay tuned. We'll talk about it next time. In the meantime, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
And we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.
La 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 la.
Come on, let's all dance together. 'Cause that's the best way to show friendship. In rhythm, the whole world's united. Jordan, 'cause the whole world's invited. Get into the move and shaking. The memories we are making. Hakuna Matata's my